This is not a typical history lesson, but it's one that Arkansas City is excited about. It's part of the city's past that they only found out about a few years ago. Now the high school band is telling the story everywhere it goes.
Hicks Pilar Pedraza interprets.
On a chilly fall morning, these band kids at Arkansas City High School are doubling up on their lessons. There's the music, of course.
Tubas carry the bass line, but we're moving the low notes.
Our show is actually like a mix meter, so it goes from different tempos.
I'm just making sure that I get my part done and hoping that everyone else does their part so that it all comes together.
The music is all original, which is a big thing.
But there's also a history lesson.
Come and walk with us where the rivers meet.
A musical look back at a part of the city's history from hundreds of years ago, discovered just about a decade ago when Dr. Donald Blakesley and his archaeological team from Wichita State University finally tracked down the remains of an indigenous city the Spanish called Etzanoa.
There was no idea that this took place here, and all of a sudden it's exciting, it's fresh.
The discovery spurred the district to commission a local composer who wrote a symphony based on what they'd learned about the native community that lived in Etzanoa.
They saw spirit in all things and knew all as one spirit. What they created with their hands contained this spirit. Everything they made was and still is alive. So walk with us here in Etzanoa. Feel the earth's breath, hear the waters flowing, smell the earth, hear the crows calling from a nearby cottonwood, and see the vultures circle above.
Music that hit home for band director Chris Van Gilder.
When I first heard it, I knew some of it would fit really good, and it's just kind of an idea that's kind of grown over the years.
7 years later,
talked to the composer, and we kind of hatched out a plan over this last spring and just kind of put it together.
I think it's pretty cool that we're doing like a historical movement.
It's all about perspective, both the history lesson and the show.
They are connected to the spirit world. They saw spirit in all things and knew all as one spirit.
Our 4-point star and our very first formation in the show, it's to symbolize like strength and just a whole lot of other things.
A performance full of recently learned symbolism.
Another thing that we do in the last movement, we do this spiral maneuver, which is also a very significant part of the native culture, from the Plains Indians especially.
We had to make sure we made the symbol the exact right way, or else it could have meant a completely different thing if we would have spiraled it the other way.
Our director, Van Gilder, he went down to the museum for Etzanoa, and he learned a lot from them and incorporated it in our show. And he talked to us about that, and I thought it was really cool to put that in our show and show people their history.
The solstice marked a time of renewal, connection, and celebration.
How important was authenticity to you in this?
Very. I didn't want to do anything that would offend anybody or cause any kind of distrust or anything like that.
Which is why he worked with Dr. Blakesley and former North High band director Stephanie Byers, a member of the Choctaw Nation, to build this performance one step at a time.
Thank you so much. You guys sounded incredible. As we were sitting here, it was almost sacred in a way.
Steps watched by the folks at the Etzanoa Conservancy, who are also working to raise awareness of the city's rediscovered history.
Where we are now is not the only place that existed. There have been settlements before us. There will be settlements after us.
I love it. I just love the music is beautiful, the movements are beautiful, and it represents something from our town that you don't typically get.
A history lesson in music.
I'm hoping that we're just expanding people's ideas and minds about what we do.
Whenever we go to competitions, a lot of people are surprised and they actually understand the Etzanoa movement because they have learned the history of it.
Us doing music is a good way to put it into perspective for people.
We are this
The end movement where they're singing, it's about the Spanish kicking out the Etzanoa from their homes.
We
leaving, and it's very sad. And I think that stood out, and I didn't really think about that before.
In our Kansas City, Pilar Pedraza, Cake News, on your side.